Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in to the second official Olivet Coffee House concert series. My name is Lucas Kibler, and we're going to be playing some music for you. Obviously we weren't able to do this in person, but we still wanted to put something out there, so we're hoping everyone is doing well in these strange times, and staying positive and staying busy as much as possible, and we hope to see all of you soon. So thank you for listening. But this is a song that I wrote a little while ago, called Kennesaw, and it's about moving to a new place and healing old wounds, stuff like that. So anyway, here it goes. Fruit and poetry pickled in a jar, sugar, water, roses and guitars, in the rhythm of a slowly healing scar. Old pictures tired in their frames, looming shadows, legacies and names, and the meaning of a day. I wander through the open chords, wrestling with words, painting my life's work, failures and lessons learned. Everyone I love comes and goes. Blue December mountains beneath my soul. Oh, Kennesaw, how gentle is the rain that falls upon me now as I am dreaming of your face. The air inside is stifling in an unfamiliar place, suffocating. I felt your burning skin reprising the things we did to kill the time while the sun was dying on the skyline. We built a fire when it got dark, you and I trespassing in the park, patrol cars circling like sharks, hiding boxwood, climbing up in Jersey pines, in the garden late at night. Ancient white oaks creep, and cold Virginia snow under my So we appreciate everybody listening in, and hope we can do this again in the real world someday soon. But anyway, the next song I'm gonna play is a song called "Sundays and Holidays." It's by the Red House Painters. What do you think in the backseat, traveling through the yellow open state? What do you think in the backseat, traveling through the yellow open state? Am I too slow to turn my thoughts to words, to turn meaningless to meaning? Am I too down to notice smell and sound, to tell dull from bright, and let the sad winter moon turn slow to my future? And the cool dark air cover me in my nearing bed. Where angels, men, and mothers get to spend their Sundays and holidays, where curtains hide the ugly scenes inside from the rest of us. What's inside the brick walls of divide, with barred window screens, hospital, not a love scene, not a caution. What's inside the brick walls of divide, barred window screens, hospital, not a love scene, hospital, not a caution. Thanks so much, everyone, for tuning in. And the next song you'll hear is by a friend of mine called Brady Earnhardt, and he's a local Charlottesville songwriter. He's very talented, and he's been a very good friend since I've moved here. And he wrote a little song about the current pandemic situation and just staying at home. And we hope you enjoy it, and thanks again, and we will see you soon.
2, 3. For all the nines you're dressed to, there's no one coming soon to see you make your entrance into the dining room. And nobody's voice you long to hear will fit inside the telephone. Isn't that hard to hold the front line at home? It's not the time to close the ranks, as good as that would feel. The only way to victory now is giving up the field. For honor, not for accolades, you're sitting the Jody out alone, doing your part to hold the front line. they speak to children of their own. The spring of 2020, in proud and grateful tones, the dances we'd sit out, they'll say the hullabaloos we missed, and the beauty of the sweethearts a weak soul might have kissed. Should ever the need arise again in battle unforetold, in the kitchen and the garden, you'll take a stand, I know. You fight them from the breakfast nook, the rumpus room and patio, dropping the chain to hold the front line at home. Oh, I touched my face.
The 1960s were a turbulent time in our country's history, from the tragic end of Camelot to the soaring aspirations and unspeakable loss of Dr. Martin Luther King. The 60s were a decade that saw a growth in the importance of American folk music, from the anti-war protest songs of Bob Dylan to the countercultural hits of the Beatles. Even a simple song about Puff the Magic Dragon could find its way into our national fabric.
Hello, Olivet family. I hope this video finds you all well. I am Emma Scott. You probably know my parents better than you know me, since they're in the choir. I'm quarantined in Ohio at school. This is my home. I live with 4 other people, so if you hear any ruckus in the background, it's life going on in the background. So I have 2 songs for you all today. The first one is a folk song that I listened to growing up at camp, and it's a Peter, Paul and Mary classic, Puff the Magic Dragon. Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Little Jackie Paper loved that rascal Puff and brought him strings and sealing wax and other fancy stuff. Oh, Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. Together they would travel on a boat with billowed sail. Jackie kept a lookout perched on Puff's gigantic tail. Noble kings and princes would bow whenever they came, and pirate ships would lower their flags when Puff roared out his name. Oh, Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. A dragon lives forever, but not so little boys. Painted wings and giant rings made way for other toys. One gray night it happened, Jackie Paper came no more, and Puff, that mighty dragon, he ceased his fearless roar. His head was bent in sorrow, green scales fell like rain. Puff no longer went to play along the cherry lane. Without his lifelong friend, Puff could not be brave. So Puff, that mighty dragon, sadly slipped into his cave. Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Honolulu. So my second song that I will be doing is a Disney classic, and it is Colors of the Wind from Pocahontas. like you own whatever land you land on. The earth is just a dead thing you can claim. But I know every rock and tree and creature has a life, has a spirit, has a name. You think the only people who are people are the people who look and think like you. But if you walk the footsteps of a stranger, you'll learn things you never knew. Have you ever heard the wolf cry to the blue corn moon? Or asked the grinning bobcat why he grinned? Can you sing with all the voices of the mountain? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Come run the hidden pine trails of the forest. Come taste the sun-sweet berries of the earth. Come roll in all the riches all around you. And for once never wonder what they're worth. The rainstorm and the river are my brothers. The heron and the otter are my friends. And we are all connected to each other in a circle, in a hoop that never ends. Have you ever heard the wolf cry to the blue corn moon? Or let the eagle tell you where he's been? Can you sing with all the voices of the mountain? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? Can you paint with all the colors of the wind? How high does the sycamore grow? If you cut it down, then you'll never know. And you'll never hear the wolf cry to the blue corn moon. For whether we are white or copper-skinned, we need to sing with all the voices of the mountains. We need to paint with all the colors of the wind. You can own the earth and still all your own is earth, until you can paint with all the colors of the wind.
American folk music of the 60s and 70s had a tremendous harmonic and melodic influence on many later musical styles. It's not a very far distance from the warm chords of Carole King or James Taylor to the music of Michael W. Smith or Amy Grant and the next generation of Christian songwriters.
Hey everybody, we're Megan and Taylor Cashwell. We are relatively new to Olivet. We moved to Charlottesville from Raleigh back in the fall. So we're excited to be with all of you, even virtually, and we have a couple of our favorite worship songs we'd like to share. The first one is by Sandra McCracken, and it's called We Will Feast in the House of Zion.
next one is another one of our favorite worship songs. This is by All Sons and Daughters. It's called Rising Sun.
Oh, praise Him, all you saints. Sing, oh, sing, you weary. Oh, praise Him, all you children of God. He lifts high His glory, shown throughout our stories. We praise Him as the children of God. Our great Redeemer, glorious Savior, your name is higher than the rising sun. Light of the morning, you shine forever. Your name is higher than the rising sun. Your name is higher than the rising sun. Oh, praise His name forever. Speaking loud and clear now. Oh, praise Him, all you children of God. Our great Redeemer, glorious Savior, your name is higher than the rising sun. Light of the morning, you shine forever. Your name is higher than the rising sun. Your name is higher than the rising sun. Our great Redeemer, glorious Savior, your name is higher than the rising sun. Light of the morning, you shine forever. Your name is higher than the rising sun. Your name is higher than the rising sun. Your name is higher than the rising sun.
Second. Hi, my name's Ed Lovell, and this is Kylie. And during this time, I've been teaching Kylie how to play the ukulele. And Kylie's been playing for about 4 weeks. And we are going to do Somewhere Over the Rainbow. You ready?
Yep.
Okay. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby.
Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the
why, oh, why can't I? And we get to introduce the next two acts. The next one is Jacob Dishman, and I'm sure many of you will remember the Dishman family. Betsy was director of music and children's ministries here at Olivet for a number of years. Jacob, her youngest son, is currently director of music at Fort Hill United Methodist Church in Lynchburg, Virginia, and he sent a video that he did, so we're going to enjoy that next. And after that, we have special guest Michael Clem, and Michael is a local musician and songwriter. He's spent the last 30 years with a group called Eddie from Ohio, a Lovell family favorite, and he also plays with a number of other groups in the area and has a solo act, and he agreed to do a couple songs for us. We're very excited.
Hello, I'm Michael Clem, local singer-songwriter and troublemaker. You probably don't recognize me from your congregation because I'm not a member. But I am friends with the great family Lovell, who have not only been faithful followers of your church, they've also been faithful followers of my band of 30 years, Eddie from Ohio. And since I moved down to Charlottesville in 2008, I eventually have had the great pleasure of getting to know them even better. They've truly been supportive of my solo endeavors. In fact, in the last year, I've played twice at their lovely home right next to the church. I'm honored and tickled pink to be asked to play and be part of this presentation. I hope you enjoy. Oh, people of the world, when you greet, wash your hands and please be neat. Try to keep your distance at 6 feet and smile at one another when you meet. Well, I live here in Charlottesville and things got dark and things got still from Monticello all the way to Whitehall. Now, no one's feeling all that fine, but perhaps it's part of God's design to find the most important things of all. This tune came together around mid-March time, a substitute taught for a friend of mine. We spent the entire class writing this song. Now, girls wrote verses, but I ain't usually sang in class just for amusing them. But the chorus I wrote, they gladly sang along, and so can you. Oh, people of the world, when you greet, wash your hands and please be neat. Wave to friends and neighbors across the street. Smile at one another when you meet. Now I really gotta thank that class. I might be out of work, but I'm not out of gas, and they have renewed my faith in the human condition. Now social distancing for now is fine, but it's not a hall pass for being kind, so be safe, but still make love your mission. Now, because Ed Lovell asked me to, I'm happy to play and sing for you and his family or folks I sure am glad I've met. So despite the gloom and the aggravation, enjoy this video presentation, so let's rock out from the coffee house at Olivet. Oh, people of the world, when you greet, try to keep your distance at 6 feet. Wave to friends and neighbors across the street. Prepare as I modulate and repeat. Oh, people of the world, when you greet, try to keep your distance at 6 feet. Wave to friends and neighbors across the street and smile at one another when you greet. Oh, smile at one another when you meet. Jesus shaves, joins corporate America, gets laid off, grows his beard back, stays up late, sees a TV commercial about being a welder, makes a phone call. Jesus shaves, goes on an interview, does real well, he's got away with people. It's 2 years on, and he's still an apprentice, but not for long. It's graduation. Jesus shaves, puts his best suit on, gets a certificate, makes it official. Now he's a welder, wears a big helmet, twice a week now. Jesus shaves. Blessed are the ones who make peace, blessed are the ones who scrape by, blessed are the ones living holy lives. Here's to the rest of us who try. Jesus shaves on Sunday morning, decides to go fishing after going to church. It's winter time, so he walks on water, digs a hole in the ice, goes fishing for a perch. Jesus shaves the scales off the fishes, has a few fillets and a couple of brewskis. Thinks about a girl, Magdalene in payroll. Thinks that he's gonna ask her out for dinner. Jesus shaves for work on Monday, goes to the office, gathers his courage. He still don't know just how he's gonna ask her. Walks over to her desk, sees a picture of her boyfriend. Blessed are the ones who make peace. Blessed are the ones who scrape by. Blessed are the ones living holy lives. Here's to the rest of us who try. She says hello, how are you this morning? He asks her if she knows if it'll snow or rain. She knows as they're looking at the picture on her desktop. She says it's her cousin who passed away. He says, that's great. She looks at him funny. He says, I didn't mean that. She says it's okay. And then she smiles and they both start laughing. That's when he knows it's his lucky day. Jesus shaves, smiling in the mirror. Magdalena's saying that they gotta hurry. They'll be late for work and the school bus is coming, but their daughter likes watching while Jesus shaves. Blessed are the ones who make peace. Blessed are the ones who scrape by. Blessed are the ones living holy lives. Here's to the rest of us who try. Blessed are the ones who make peace. Blessed are the ones who scrape by. Blessed are the ones living holy lives. Here's to the rest of us who try. Yes, here's to the rest of us who try.
American folk music is synonymous with America itself. One of these uniquely American vocal folk traditions is the barbershop quartet. Like much of the folk tradition, it was originally influenced by African American music and originally an all-male tradition. But women's barbershop quickly became an equally important part of this mainstay of American music. Tonight we welcome Olivet's own Christy Nelson, Julia Olson, Joan Henderson, and Zoe Cleveland. They are Charlottesville's own Brazen Tarts.
Happy the day when I'm on my way to be with my honey and say, ba-dum-bum-bum. I love your loving arms. They hold a world of charms, a place to nestle when I am lonely. A cozy Morris chair. Oh, what a happy pair. One caress, happiness seems to bless my little honey. I love you more each day. When years have passed away, you'll find my love belongs to you only. 'Cause when the world is wrong, I know that I belong right in my honey's loving arms. Now you've heard lovers, lovesick lovers spread about a pet. They always get romantic, drive you frantic. I'm so different, oh so different now. While I'm in love, I know I simply go and whisper low to honey, baby, I love you more each day. When years have passed away, you'll find my love belongs to you only. 'Cause when the world is wrong, oh baby, I belong right in my honey's loving arms. Oh, happy pair in a Morris chair, in my honey's loving to dream. I'll have you to remember when I grow too old to dream. Your love will live in my heart. Kiss me, my sweet, and so let us part. And when I grow too old to dream, that kiss will live in my heart, my heart. After you've gone, life will go on. Time will be tenderly ending our tears. Yet I will find you in my mind, beckoning over the years, my dear. When I grow too old to dream, I'll have you to remember. When I grow too old to dream, your love will live in my heart. Kiss me, my sweet. Now let us part. And when I grow too old to dream, that kiss will live in my heart.
So thanks everybody for tuning in. We appreciate all the musicians, and hope to do this again sometime. So thanks again for tuning in to the Olivet Coffee House, and we'll see you guys next time.